Hey Ali, what do you think was the best X-Men movie? I'd go with Days of Future Past. How about you? Oh, it's hands down the best movie was X-Men Origins Wolverine. Did you just say X-Men Origins Wolverine? You just mentioned to me Origins Wolverine? You said that was the best movie of the whole series? Yes I did. I said it. What was it? What was the best part? What's the best part of the movie? The opener was the best opener. Like Wolverine with Sabretooth fighting through the wars, Civil War, War I, World War II, Vietnam. It was epic, bro. Did you just say the opener? The opener was like 5 minutes of the movie. Come on, give me something else. What else in the movie you remember besides Wolverine, Stryker, and Sabretooth? What else? Well, you got Will.I.am, the other guy, and that girl. Did you just say Will.I.am, that guy, and that girl? What is this, a Black Eyed Peas movie? Come on, man. You know this movie is trash. What else? What else you got? But the opener though, it was so good. What about this movie besides that 5-minute opener that had the opening credits to it was good? What else? You got nothing else. It was good. It was good. It was good. It was a good opener. I know the rest of the movie. Don't talk about the CGI. I know. CGI was pure mitigated garbage. It was pretty much. I know the CGI. X-Men 1 that came out 2000. And mind you, this movie came out in 2009. But the opener, man, it was so. You got nothing else. It was so good, man. It was so good. The best. The best. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. And what's Movie Breakdowns? So movie review series where we look at new and old movies, give them a grade, A through F, plus or minus as do count. And if there's a movie you want me to review, let me know. Please put in the comment section below and I'll get to it as soon as I can. Also, I have a Patreon, Patreon/Ali Zakka, and when you pay for my services, I get to it immediately. There's no waiting. I get to it, review it, throw it out there for you because you're paying for me to watch these movies. And review them, and TV shows as well. Also on Patreon you get first thoughts on movies. You also get other things such as reaction trailer reviews and plenty much more content. Put that in a sentence multiple times. This is like my third shirt review right now, guys, so just getting a little behind the scenes here. And speaking of the third shirt review, I guess it's the second one in the series here, according to chronological order, is 2009's X-Men Origins Wolverine. This movie, much like the movie Up, but Up is done way, way better. The opening of this movie is done phenomenally, whatever the case may be. I love the opener of this movie. The opener of this movie is done, oh my gosh, like, it sucked because it's just the opening credits scene. It's when Wolverine and Sabretooth are running through the wars. They're running through the Civil War, they're running through World War I and World War II, and then they're at Vietnam, and they are fighting. They're on the American side. Even though they're Canadians, I guess they stationed themselves in America, so they're fighting the American side. They fought on the Union side in the Civil War, they fought in World War I, they fought in D-Day when it was in Vietnam. So they got into the United States military and pretty much been there since the 1800s. And nobody calls them out on it. But the opener is so great. The music and the montage, love it. Love it.
Oh, this is just too good.
What is this movie about? It is about Wolverine's origins. That's what it is. Simple. It's how Wolverine became who he is. It's how he went from being a normal mutant to somebody who got this adamantium metal in him, and then it pretty much talk about how he lost his memory, and now you get to X-Men 1. That is X-Men Origins Wolverine. Right there. Plain and simple. Right there. That's all it is. But how they tell this story, and this is a spoiler review, guys. Once again, all my reviews pretty much are spoilers. I feel like I didn't need to really tell you this at this point, but yeah. How they get to this point is not the greatest. The storyline to it is not bland. Like, the storyline shouldn't be bland, but it is. And I think because you don't give anything time to breathe, this movie jumps from scene to scene and jumps from character to characters and does all this stuff and introduce characters left and right that you have no attachment to. Matter of fact, within the first 10 minutes of this movie, you get Wolverine's dad, Sabretooth's dad, Wolverine's mom, Sabretooth's mom. You get Wolverine, Sabretooth. You get Will.I.am. You get Ryan Reynolds. You get William Stryker. You get the Blob, and some dude who can control things with his mind. And then you get Agent X, that you don't even know his name is Agent X. You just know this guy's good with guns. Who else I'm missing? I think that's it. And then you get those characters. Oh, and then there's Silver Fox. I watched this movie so many different times, so many years. I've seen this movie in theaters. I've watched this movie in college. I've watched this movie outside of college. I own this movie, and I did not know her name was Silver Fox until watching the movie. I heard a kid say it to her, and I was like, I think I know that character. Google search, I do know that character. That's her this whole time. I had no idea. Also, Cyclops is in this movie. Emma Frost is in this movie. Gambit, who you see in the trailers, is in this movie for about 5 minutes. This movie moves so fast. So fast. It doesn't let anything breathe. And a lot of people get mad at this movie because they're like, well, Deadpool's done this way, and Sabretooth is done this way, and this is done this way. Why are they telling the story this way, and this and this? Every time you watch a review of this movie, you never really get a non-comic book idea of this movie. Like, as somebody who didn't watch the comic books, or didn't read the comic books, or didn't know the X-Men lore, watch this movie, what would you think? Simple. It's an action movie that really doesn't have much character development, and you roll through everything so quick that you really don't have time to breathe. That would you think as watching this movie. Like, there's 2 characters who I watched this movie, I guess 4 characters that I watched this movie I really want to know more about. The old man and old lady who gets shot up like that. The Blob and Will.I.am, who I still know his name to this day, and I've watched this movie so many times. I won't get to him in the character review, but I've watched this movie so many times and I still know Will.I.am's name in this movie at all. Yeah, and Ryan Reynolds, only I knew he was Deadpool because they called him Deadpool, and people like lost it, which this movie sparked Ryan Reynolds to do the actual Deadpool movie, so it got some good out of it eventually. Speaking of good, or it gets bad depending on how you want to look at it, the budget of this movie was $150 million. Opening weekend made $85 million. In the United States, it made $179 million, and then worldwide it grossed in $373 million. This movie made bank. For a movie that everybody think was super anticipated to see, and in reality it was like, oh, no we didn't. No we didn't. The directing of this movie is not that great as well. You got different shades of lighting and different color hues. Director Gavin Hood, there's a scene he did in this movie where Wolverine talks to Agent X and William Stryker. Wolverine at this point has left the military, he's a lumberjack, and he's talking to him, and I counted like 25 to 30 cuts in this one scene of them flashing back from Agent X to Wolverine and back to Stryker and back to Wolverine, back to Agent X, shoot the cigar out his mouth, then back over, and then this and this. I was like, what is happening? What's happening? What's going on? I can't keep up. Oh my gosh, what? Why are there so many cuts in one scene? Who did this? Why they thought this was a good idea? No, no, no. Stop it, please. Yeah. And then motivations for characters. Like, what was Will.i.am motivation? What was the Blob motivation? Why did the old man and old lady bring Wolverine in? They kept mentioning their kid, so I guess he reminded them of their kid. Also, why did Silver Fox fall in love with Wolverine? And what was her motivation? Oh, she wanted to save her sister, but did she have to fall in love with Wolverine for 6 years? Like, they had to do a 6-year play? Was she spying on him? I don't know. I don't know. Like, if she would just bring Wolverine back to William Stryker so he can do the experiment on, why did she wait 6 years to do this? And then when did he say, like, I love you, or I guess it was real for me was the line in this movie. Hugh Jackman gave delivery to that line. When Kayla gave it, Silver Fox, it was like, it was real for me too. Like, you get express so much more emotion. And I'm not sure, I don't know if I've seen the actress in other movies, but I felt like she didn't give it more her all, I felt like. And then Gambit, his motivation, at first it made sense. He did not want to go back with Wolverine to this island that apparently everybody knows where it's at. Okay. Then Wolverine sees Sabretooth after Gambit threw him out the bar. Sees Sabretooth, starts fighting Sabretooth, elbows Gambit, knocks him out. Gambit's like, I'm not going back to it. So Wolverine like knocks him out, like, I'm not dealing with you anymore. Live about your business. I'm fighting Sabretooth. Sabretooth was the guy who captured Gambit, right? Follow me here. Sabretooth captured Gambit. Wolverine's fighting Sabretooth. So why would Gambit interrupt that fight between two people he has no business want to be with anyway? But he breaks that fight up, and you're like, why did he do that? And then he told him, like, I'm not going back. And Wolverine's like, well, now you take me there because I had a chance to kill Sabretooth and you just let him walk away.
What?
For no reason. No reason. And then, don't let me talk about the CGI in this movie. At first, Wolverine bone claws are not bad. His bone claws are pretty good. But the CGI for the airplane, the helicopter in this movie, the CGI for Wolverine's adamantium claws, which looked like, put it this way, X-Men 1 from 2000 had better CGI than freaking Wolverine claws in 2009. The movie I, Robot had better CGI than Wolverine claws in 2009. Matter of fact, I actually want to look at the budget for I, Robot to see how much the budget was for that movie, because that movie CGI was way better than the CGI in freaking X-Men Origins Wolverine. It makes no sense. No sense. It shouldn't be. A movie that came out 9 years before, a movie that came out 5 years before, should not have better CGI than the movie that came out in 2009. Let me check this budget out, because the budget is more. I'm gonna be upset. The budget for the movie I, Robot was $120 million. They actually made $353 million worldwide. But the budget for X-Men Origins Wolverine was $150 million.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
No excuses. No excuses, guys. No excuses. I'm pretty sure 3rd gen for video game system came out around this time too. No excuses. That's trash. That's garbage. You should feel bad about yourself. You should feel bad about this. And then another thing I'll talk about, I particularly like the final fight scene in this movie. I'm sorry. I love it. I love it. I love the Wolverine, Sabretooth, back to back. I love them fighting Deadpool in the circle on top of the silo. I don't know why, but I love that fight scene. And it doesn't make sense why Sabretooth, who's been an antagonist to Wolverine this whole movie, all of a sudden talk about, nobody killed my brother but me. And Jimmy, we sit together, we're brothers. You just try to kill me this whole movie, and now all of a sudden you're like, you know, helping me fight Deadpool. And one thing that didn't make sense to me, and I also watched X-Men 1 again, by the way, so that review is coming out later, but in X-Men 1, they fought on top of the Statue of Liberty. It made sense. It was next to where the villain's plot, where his plan was happening. It was an event going on. He wanted to get to the highest point and get everybody in that event captured in his scheme. Highest points. He was on top of the Statue of Liberty. And Wolverine Origins. Wolverine, who was fighting Deadpool, which Deadpool did use Cyclops powers, by the way. Fighting Deadpool at the bottom ground level decides to climb up a silo for no apparent reason. It's not because he had the high ground and it was over Anakin.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
No, he just climbed up. And did it help?
Nope.
It helped Obi-Wan. But in reality, Deadpool got up there. He got up there. I don't get it. I don't understand this movie. And now you're not talking about like just the directing of that, but then some of the action set pieces. Like, there's a spot where Agent X is shooting people and he takes the guns out, he like drops the cartridges, refill them back up, and does a flip over a fence to shoot more people and then stops and thinks he's cool. And I'm just like, why did he do that? Why did he direct this? That's unnecessary. Unnecessary. And the character's motivation, like Sabretooth's motivation, really wasn't really fleshed out. Why did he keep attacking Wolverine? Apparently he had a deal with William Stryker, but okay, then why did he save Wolverine at the end? And then tell him we gotta stick together because we're brothers. Doesn't really make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's not good. Like, this movie is not a good movie. If you love X-Men series, if you love Wolverine, you probably will have a good time watching the movie. Like, I enjoy it. I laugh at stuff, but it's not really the good reason to laugh at things. Yeah. Alright, let's get into characters and actors and actresses. Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman, is the best thing in this movie. Hands down. Hugh Jackman is great. Love him. Great. Love him. He's not phoning his appearance in. He's not phoning anything. He's going all in. Liev Schreiber, who plays Victor Creed, who is Sabretooth. I love Liev Schreiber in this movie. I love Liev Schreiber. I love him. I had no problem with him in this movie. I thought he was a great Sabretooth. A lot of people hate him in this movie. I love him in this movie. I love the cat crawl and the lunge. I love those fight scenes. I don't know why he did it. I just thought it was great. I love it. I thought he did great, Sabretooth. I thought he did. Like, I want more Liev Schreiber and Hugh Jackman in movies together. That's just my opinion. Because the first Sabretooth in the first X-Men movie is incompetent and cracks me up. But this one, they actually gave Sabretooth like a mentality and a mindset. He wasn't just a one-trick pony. I guess in a sense, he was angry all the time and wanted to fight. Like, he had more dialogue, I guess, put it that way. Also, speaking of things just happening in this movie, there's a reveal in this movie. Actually, I'm gonna get to it when I get to Super Fox. Okay, Danny Houston, who plays Stryker. So, in X-Men First Class, Stryker is talking to, you know, Moral Mataget and Mystique and Charles Xavier, and as they talk about what mutants are. And then Xavier mentioned that he talked about his son. And I'm guessing this Stryker is the son of that Stryker in First Class, and he's the head of Weapon X, the whole operation that made Wolverine. You get to see that scene. I thought he did good. I thought Danny Houston played Stryker, did a good job. I didn't mind him. Will.i.am as John Rath. That's his name. I don't know who that character is. I don't know who that character is. Will.i.am is there. He can teleport. He is there. He is there. I wanted more from Will.i.am. Thought he was a cool character. He was kind of cheeky. I wanted more from him. Lynn Collins, who played Kayla Silverfox. Now, okay, she's the one who gave Wolverine his nickname. She's also the reason behind Wolverine's anger and bloodlust in this movie, because he thinks that she died. He thinks that Sabretooth kills her. So he goes after Sabretooth, who comes to find out is working with Stryker. So Wolverine's now going after Stryker. Okay. Then the reveal happens, and all of a sudden she's not dead. Which one, he should realize his wife's body wasn't buried. But okay, she's not dead. On top of that, Wolverine's like, it was real for me, and she's like, single-eye tear. But her top facial doesn't change. It's her bottom expression, like her lips and everything moves, but her top face stays the same the whole time. Matter of fact, it's been the same facial feature throughout this whole movie. And I didn't believe her at all. When she said it was real for me too. I didn't really believe who she was and what she was about. But there's a scene where Wolverine walks out, he's like, no, forget it. Forget all of y'all. I'm out. Deuces. He leaves. She gets attacked by Sabretooth and screams. Wolverine hears this, turns around, and then all of a sudden appears and goes, Victor! I'm like, where did his shirt go? How did he come out of nowhere? Okay, this is happening. This is happening. How did he get back in there? I don't understand. I don't understand. Kevin Durant, who played Fred Dukes, he was okay. I wanted more from him. Dominic Monaghan, Chad, who played Chris Bailey / Boat, it was okay. Oh, I kept calling him Agent X. I knew I messed his name up. Daniel Haney played Agent Zero. Wasn't Agent X, Agent Zero. That's how you know. And the only reason I kept calling Agent X because I saw it years ago, but it's Agent Zero. Trash. Trash. He wasn't good at all either. Taylor Kitsch, who played Remy LeBeau, if he had more time on the screen, maybe he would have been a better character. I know it's like you got Gambit in for 5 minutes. Ryan Reynolds, who played Wade Wilson, you know who Deadpool is. Ryan Reynolds is great. It's Ryan Reynolds playing Ryan Reynolds. Great. Until they made him Deadpool. And he still was able to bring something to the character. That's pretty much it. I do want to mention, I guess, Julia Blake and Max Cullen, who plays Heather Hudson and Travis Hudson, who are the family that brought in Wolverine. I wish I would have got more with them. They seemed like cool characters. They seemed like they was going to be like the father and mother figure to Wolverine, and kind of give him like that little guidance and say like, hey man, the Uncle Ben of the story, that with great power comes great responsibility. But before you even get that moment, they get killed off. But there was like a simmer of hope there that these characters could be something. Also, I'm not sure who they are, and I really don't feel like looking up their names because they was only moved for like 2 minutes. But the actors that played Sabretooth's father and Logan's father, Wolverine's father, I thought he looked like Hugh Jackman and Lee Schreiber really well. Matter of fact, yeah, Aaron Jeffrey played Thomas Logan, and John Howlett. Peter O'Brien played John Howlett, and let me see if, and then Thomas Logan, which is Aaron Jeffrey. He looked just like Liv Schreiber in the movie. And I thought that was a little neat. Like, I like the little directing there. I give directing props to keep those people looking the same. Until they did the whole "I'm your father, son." But yeah, music. I enjoy the music of this movie. I really do. I like the opening music. I love the soundtrack of this movie. I love it. I could hum it. I would sing it. I never played it on repeat, but the music, I give them props to that. The person who did the soundtrack, the movie score, gets some props from me. I thought you did a good job. CGI is trash. Just gonna throw that out there. CGI is trash. It's not good. The airplane, the getting to the main final piece of the movie wasn't good. And is it a Friday night movie? No. Don't watch this movie on a Friday night. In grade time, I'm gonna grade X-Men Origins Wolverine a D+. This movie gets a D+ for me. It is, the character motivation is not there besides Wolverine. All the other characters getting tossed into the movie was unnecessary. The cut scenes and things happening really quick for no reasons, it was just all over the place. This movie is definitely a D+. It's enjoyable to watch. I enjoy this movie, but it's not really a good movie, just being honest. If you've seen X-Men Wolverine Origins, what did you think? Please put in the comment section below. Tell me what your thoughts are. And also, thank you guys for watching this episode of Movie Breakdowns. See you next time. Keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, you want to see what else I'm doing in my normal life and other things that's going on, please follow me on Instagram at Ali_Zakka. I'll put it right here around my face. Yep, right there. Also, if you want more episodes of Movie Breakdowns or Grind Towards Success or whatever it is I'm doing on YouTube, you know what? Follow my page right here, like I said before, the little comment thing right there, And then you can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right here, and watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success right there. Other than that, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all. See y'all next time. Keep being awesome.